It's a way you gotta set that thing up, man. I'm not even too savvy with the Discord. That's one thing that's out of my element. I didn't even do mine. So I know when we do our shows, it goes to the Discord, but I don't know how to do the broadcast and everything else. I don't know. I guess you gotta just be.
I want to kind of like send it out,
Yeah.
but I got to do it as it's happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
It's like even when I go to like, cause
Demon was good, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. First and foremost, want to welcome you guys back to another edition of Talk That Talk podcast from the crib.
the
From
crib.
the crib. Y'all know who I am. I go by the name of Bake, man, and I got my co-host, my brother, coach of the year. We may be coaching this year, dog. Bake may be getting back on the coach train and start getting these kids right. You know what I'm saying? This fall. But, producer of the year, y'all know what his name. What's your name? Don't introduce yourself.
Too many reasons himself.
Yes.
Laker
Yes. Lakers playing pretty well, by the way. Lakers playing pretty well, but we got a lot to talk about. We'll talk about the big debacle that happened on Thursday. We'll talk about the game preview today with the Lakers and Celtics historical rivalry. Lakers going to Boston to play on their road trip to see how they can pan out. Sometimes when the media, they usually come out flat, but hopefully they come out, rocking today. Then we got some free agency, some big moves in the NFL, and we're going to recap with some WWE. We didn't touch on it, but we got to touch on it with the John Cena turning heel, and what does this look like moving forward for WrestleMania. But without further ado, let's get into the topic at hand. Is LeBron James wrong for pressing Stephen A. Smith the way he did? I'm going to get that to my boy first, reasons at the top end, because he had a lot to say yesterday on the text messages. My dog was feeling some type of way, so I'm going to give you the flow so you can speak your truth.
So I look at it like this. I feel like it was a very suspect maneuver.
Mm.
And the suspectness does not come from being a father and wanting to holler at somebody about what they saying about your child. I'll get into that part of it a little later, but I'm gonna start here with the suspect part. I feel that um, this has originated and started from a conversation that Stephen A. Smith had on his podcast right after the Sixer game.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen A. Smith basically came out and said, like, LeBron, you got to stop this. And for people that don't know, the Lakers was playing the Sixers. AD gets hurt early in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then JJ plays Bronny in some like real minutes,
Yeah.
not none of those garbage time minutes. And when he got out there, you can see he wasn't ready for that stage yet.
Yeah.
Wasn't, and he really got exposed. People was attacking him. It looked bad. So basically, after that game, Stephen A. Smith was like, "Hey, Bron, like, as a father, like you're gonna have to kind of step in and just stop this." You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, no one is saying that Bronny's not gonna become great. No one is saying that he ain't got no potential. But he's a G League guy.
Yeah.
And he deserves to be in the G League. And to Stephen A. Smith's point, he's actually balling in the G League. So
Yeah.
it's not like he's not developing, but that's where he belongs. Like, there. The big leagues is not where he at. So as you fast forward it and they get into their little confrontation, to me it just seems like LeBron is mad at Stephen A for being critical of a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that ain't how we supposed to be doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your son is a 19-year-old millionaire
Mm-hmm.
that is in the NBA. He's a part of that 1,400 people that are blessed and privileged enough to call themselves an NBA player. So
Mm-hmm.
once you are in those lines, you are subject to criticism. It just so happened that your last name is James,
Yeah.
so your criticism gon' shine higher than anybody else's, just like your praise would shine higher than
Right.
anybody else's. Because if he was out here killing, he'd still be all over the news.
Yeah.
Just like we got other people right now killing that's not on the news and not being talked about.
At all.
And so you start trying to figure out like how. So the biggest issue I got is if you felt some kind of way about how this man Stephen A. Smith has been coming at your child,
Yeah.
why would you wait to the fourth quarter of a basketball game when this man is sitting courtside?
Yeah.
This man is in LA weekly.
Yeah.
He's in LA weekly. It's not like, he running from you or whatever the case is, because he don't necessarily fully know if it's animosity or not until you decide to address him.
Yeah.
But if I got two sons, if I feel some strongly about a way, I ain't got no reason to be sitting here waiting around until the right time to go speak to somebody when that's speaking on my kids.
Yeah.
Especially if I got a way to get access to you even faster.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith said it. Rich Paul got his number.
Yeah.
Maverick Carter got his number.
Yeah.
I'm in LA. If you really wanted to holler at me, you could have hollered at me. I'd have flew to LA just to have the conversation. And I really believe Stephen A. Smith is a dude who's willing to do all that.
Right.
And so I just feel like that move right there was suspect, because this is not Stephen A. Smith making comments on a Wednesday night and you seeing him Thursday.
Yeah.
This has been comments over a period of time. And so now you want to try to press a man to where you mad about his comments, but you pressing this man to not even have a conversation.
Yeah.
You really going over there to try to like punk him to let him know like, oh, it's up. Nah, because to me, you just in your feelings. To me, that's a I'm in my feelings thing. This ain't a conversation. That's a grown ass man. That's one of those moments like, hey, Stephen A., I want to holler at you after the game.
Right.
You feel me? The same people would have seen the same reaction. Hey, Stephen A., I just need to holler at you at the end of the game. Like, you've been saying some stuff, Stephen A. Now I don't want to talk about it right now. Just know, when this over, I need to holler at you.
Yeah.
And then they could have had that conversation then. But for Stephen A. last night to say he told him to stop effing with his son, stop messing with my son. Stephen A. says he told him like, all right, cool, we could talk about this later. He like, nah, stop effing with my son, and blah, blah, blah. And that's, that's kind of the heart of the situation. And, like I said, I just feel like it's a sus move. It's real, to me, it goes against the man code to a certain extent, because as men, as black men, we are already seen as we like to tear each other down.
Yeah.
We already have this negative connotation around us when it comes to confrontations and all that. And right there was another moment to show like, look how black men treat each other to me.
Yeah.
Look how black men go about handling business. Black men just can't even do it privately. It has to be shown and showcased for the world to see like, oh, I'm this tough and I'm that tough. Like, come on, man. He done had that energy with Ime Udoka.
Yeah.
He was just talking to Ime. Ime, watch how you use the word. But to Stephen A. Smith, his energy was a little bit different. So, like I said, man, LeBron James will always be a hell of a basketball player.
Yeah.
You can never take away what the man has did on the court. You can never diminish what the man is, who he is as a father, who he is as a businessman, who he's been as a role model, whatever the case is. But this right here, it kind of goes into those sus things that he'd do to you be like why? LeBron, like, why are you demeaning who you are for these moments that be like, huh? Like, come on, bro. Like, you got to be better than that. And that's just how I felt about the situation.
No, first of all, great valid points. Great points right there from my dog. You know what I'm saying? Drop the bomb on that. Here's my take from it. To answer the question at hand, was he wrong for how he did it? Yes, because he could have did it better. We all can agree on that precipice, that he could have did it better and more professional. But I want to analyze some things that I reviewed yesterday from the clips, from the situation. When you look at the video, I know Stephen A. said, Bron said, F that. But if you really look at the video that was caught, that went viral, he says, keep my son out of this, bro. And then he walks away. And I thought to myself, and in the context, when somebody tell me, keep my son or keep somebody out of this, I feel like, and this is just, I don't know, because I don't know if there is animosity, because I feel like there's a lot of animosity, because Bron in 23 years ain't never pressed a reporter ever. I've never seen him in the middle of a game at that press a reporter or a media outlet in the middle of the game. And I don't think this got nothing to do with Bronny. I think, from my perspective, I think LeBron James feels that Stephen A. Smith is not being, how can I say that? He's not being genuine with his critiques with Bronny. The critiques with Bronny is coming from a malicious place, and he's hiding behind the media of, I'm just doing my job. I'm just critiquing your son's basketball play, right? And
I want to ask you this question as you go, because that's going to help you out. Stephen A., because we talked about it, highlighted the point of what LeBron. So, do you think, to your point, the criticism became unfair, or
I don't think it had nothing to do with being unfair.
okay.
I think
because we talked about this last year.
Yeah.
We talked about his comments when he said, "My son is better than some of
no,
these."
100%.
That's where a lot of it.
No. That's what I'm saying. So even with that, there have been multiple outlets that have said Bronny's not ready. Multiple. And LeBron have not said anything to those outlets at all. But when somebody tells a man, keep my son out of this, bro, that's, oh, wait, let me get my camera. That's, to me, saying it's deeper than Bron, and you're using my son to get to me. If we got issues, keep it between us. If you're going to be genuine and really critique my son, then critique my son like everybody else been critiquing my son. But the way you trying to critique my son is trying to rile something out of me because me and you got issues. Because think about this. He has his number. He could call. Bron has probably called multiple people and squashed some stuff. He's not that, I know Jay would say he's predictable. Bron he cares about his image. He cares. No matter how we try to face it, he do care about his image and his perception of the people. But when he told Stephen A., keep my son out of this, bro, that to me is something deeper than Bronny. And I think he felt like, yo, you being malicious, how you coming at my son? If you gonna come at my son, hey, it's cool, it is what it is, but you know what you doing. It's like that person that you know what they doing, and they trying to be like, nah, it ain't even that. I'm just doing my job. No, you ain't slick. You ain't slick, and I know what you doing. So in the middle of a game, he was like, hey, man, keep my son out of this, bro. And if they had all that other conversation, I didn't see that F that in that video. I didn't see that. Maybe he said that before he got recorded.
I think Stephen A. Smith said, like, that's how the conversation got started.
Right.
He ended with what you said.
Right.
So as he went through the whole conversation, he basically ended with exactly what you said. So to me, it's like we kind of caught the tail end.
Yeah. So Bron was so mad because I think him and Stephen A. got something that they're not eye to eye. Because Bron don't care about you Bron care, but he's not to the point where he's going to allow you to get the best of him. He may throw some jabs because that's what he does. Some of them some subliminal, some of them more direct. He'll throw jabs. But to press a man in the middle of a game, in the fourth quarter of a game, that was a man that's like, look, dog, I ain't going to keep telling you no more, dog. If we're going to have a problem, cool. We're going to have a problem. But don't be doing no malicious attacks on my son trying to get to me. Because even he said, it's not about Bronny, it's about LeBron. So if you're going to come at my son the right way. And then let's talk about the Bronny incident. Before that incident, Bronny was doing solid. Again, we know he's G League. We know that he's G League. But he was doing some good things, and that's why he got that opportunity. Let's not forget that. He got that opportunity. People was injured, number one. AD went out. Number two, and JJ said it. He said, hey, he was playing well. I put him in a bad spot. I thought he was ready, and it turned out he still needs some work. But let's not forget who he was guarding now. He wasn't guarding no scrub. He wasn't guarding no dude that on the second stream of the roster. He was guarding Maxey, Mr. Maximum, the guy who can drop any in the game off right now.
He almost had 50 that game.
Exactly. So it didn't matter if Bronny was guarding, LeBron James was guarding, or whoever was guarding, my nigga. It was Tyrese Maxey, bro. Let's keep it a stack. But before that, Bronny was getting some praise. He was doing defense, getting some stops. But we know he was mop up minutes. And that's what it is. But the fact that he went on TV and the way he did it. I always tell people, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. And I get it. Stephen A. has been known. Shout out to him for getting $100 million from ESPN. Whatever he's doing is working. Good. But let's not try to present Stephen A. as, hey, he's some saint. Because Stephen A. has been known on record by multiple outlets, by multiple players, to be diminishing to our own culture. And then he does this whole, I'm here for the people. I'm trying to do what's good for the people. I love my people. And then he do his black card thing, but then he does, it's like he straddled the fence. And I don't get, hey, I know your job is to sell tickets and to sell viewership. I ain't mad at that. But what I do think that is deeper than Bronny. I don't think Bron would have did that in the middle of a game. Because that's not Bron material. That's not Bron like. I don't care if we say he's predictable. Bron ain't never did that in 22 years. Yeah. In the middle of a game and told a dude, keep my son out of bro.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my point.
And I don't disagree with, it's a very quote unquote uncharacteristic of LeBron James.
Right.
And Stephen A. Smith basically has said that, you know, him and LeBron James are really in a high and by situation with one another.
Right.
They don't have like a relationship.
They used to, though, because they used to shake hands. They used to talk. I don't know what happened between that.
But I think it just comes down to, like, to me, because Stephen A. Smith has said this. He said it, I think one of the clips I had sent you, where he went on and was talking about LeBron and how, you know, they didn't reached out. And it's a whole conversation. I have to fully listen to that again. But there's a little bit of animosity. And Stephen A. Smith believes the animosity, and this is what he kind of said, or saying but not saying.
Yep.
The animosity comes from he will not make LeBron James his GOAT. And there is and this is what he said. Listen.
I'm listening, dog. Come on, man.
This is what he said.
No, I get it. I feel it.
I feel it. Just when it's not as serious.
Yeah.
But he's basically said when he's sitting down with Rich Paul and they have a conversation and they're trying to justify who's the greatest of all time, Stephen A. Smith is not moving off of LeBron is number 2. He's not surpassing Jordan. Like that becomes a piece of their conversation. And I think Stephen A. Smith has always been very, very, very critical of how LeBron James played against the Dallas Mavericks.
I feel you.
That's one thing he's never let go. So I think it becomes.
But think about this, Reese. Think about this. Stephen A. Smith is not worse than Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless has made a career on bashing LeBron James and saying he would never be better than Michael Jordan or anything like that. And has LeBron ever checked Stephen A. Smith in the middle of a game? Or
I feel like, well, I don't think Skip Bayless and LeBron are never just in the same team, because I think LeBron looks at it like, and then you just call it what it is. The white man always gonna have something to say, but as a brother, there's like you said, there's a way that you go about saying things,
right?
How you present things,
right?
And when you're consistently presenting things in a way that is like the whole point of, you don't have to uplift Mike to diminish me.
Right. And maybe that could be the case. But I'm just, yeah, I'm listening. Yeah.
I could probably feel like you would talk about Mike to downplay me to reason why I'm at number 2 versus, hey, this is what this is. You feel me? I've listened to Stephen A. over the years, and like his rhetoric towards Bron now and Jordan is, Bron can't be better than Jordan because at their peak, Bron is not better than Jordan. Peak Jordan is peak Jordan,
yeah,
and Bron is not better than peak Jordan. So to Stephen A. Smith, that's where he could never.
And that's fine though. I don't think it, bro. We grown ass man. No disrespect my language, but I don't think LeBron is losing sleep because Stephen A. Smith is saying he not better than Mike. There's so many people in the league that says Mike is number 1 or LeBron not better than Michael Jordan. I don't think I don't know what's the real issue, because like they ain't gonna tell us everything, because they got perceptions and they got things to protect as well. I understand they are public figures and you can't get all the sauce out, because if all the sauce got out, it can probably expose some people on character. That go both ways. I'm not saying Bron no saint, and I'm not saying Stephen A. Smith no saint. I don't know if it's just about you not calling me. That sound real feminist.
For real. And so this is why I take even more issue because I'm like, if we got a deep rooted issue, and I feel like I really need to get this off my chest, oh, this ain't no 30-second whoop wop. Oh no, we need to have a conversation.
Right.
You feel me? Even if I do press you, I can press you and be like, hey, keep my son name out your mouth. But we still like this ain't it. So my point at the beginning is you can do all that.
100%.
But just to me, he's owed a conversation if you're going to do that.
Right. I think that past conversation though. That conversation on Thursday was past conversation. It's like, you know how you try to like mend some stuff, but then it's almost like the Drake and Kanye. I don't know if it's that to that degree, but you get what I'm saying? When Drake tried to mend it and then some other stuff happened, and he's like, nah, I'm cool. Like, we ain't gonna never be cool. It is what it is. I'm just gonna let you know you need to chill. I'm a woo woo woo. I think it's on that kind of degree between them two. I think they tried to mend it because you got to think about it. Rich Paul has his number.
He does.
And he didn't even call him to tell him that, yo, Brian about to press you at fourth quarter, dog. Just be ready. I told him don't do it.
I don't think Brian told nobody.
You know what I'm saying? I think he told his boys, dog. I think he did. And if I don't think he did not tell somebody. I think he said, nah, I'm going to talk to this nigga about this bull crap.
That's what he did. I feel like throughout the game, he kept looking over on the sideline.
Yeah.
Kept looking. He was in the huddle, and Keith Morris was with him. And he be like, man, I'm about to go prep. I'm about to go say something. Keith like, what you mean, bro? Like, nah, I'm about to go say something. Keith like, man, leave it alone. No, I'm about to go say something. So
yeah.
Keith like, well, I'm going to just go over here with you then.
Yeah. Make sure you good. Yeah.
Like the teammate, he went over there, and you see Keith just standing there. Like,
he's just chilling. Like, chilling, dog. Like, hey, man, hey.
You feel me? But I also, I would like to believe that Stephen A. The moment probably would have been bigger.
Yeah.
If Stephen A. probably was not with who he was with, because he was with two people that he represent as far as agencies.
Yeah. So you can't do, you can't do what you want to do.
Like, because again, this is why it puts a weird cloud over it, because Stephen A. Smith walks around with his chest out.
Oh yeah.
He walks around with his chest out. He ain't afraid of nobody. He ain't running from no smoke. If you got a problem, blase, blase, blah. So I'm going to hold him to that until I see different.
Right.
In this situation, he wasn't, to me, able to do all that
because of what. But here's the thing, though. This is what gets me. You just got pressed. Let's just say hypothetically. Got pressed on TV.
Yeah.
It goes viral. And then you come out on your show, who's very flamboyant. We know Stephen A. be, oh no, we need to talk. And then come out here, and this is what I tell you, where he be doing this, and again, his job is to sell viewership. And LeBron James and Miss, I wasn't going to talk about it, but it went viral, so I have to. You knew you was going to talk about it. Number one, it's LeBron James. It's a story. It don't got nothing to do with viral. That's something that people gonna be like, what did LeBron say to you? Come on, dog. We not stupid. And then that wasn't a basketball player. That was a father. That was a father addressing me about how, and I really do feel like the true sentiment, because if he felt like he didn't do nothing wrong, he wouldn't have said, that's on me. I can't even fault LeBron. I think Stephen A., in his soul, he know his intent of how he went at Bronny wasn't genuine. How he went at Bronny wasn't media or trying to report. He used that to try to mask the root of the real issue here. And I think he got pressed for it. And I don't agree that Bron should have did it that way. Bron could have did it in public. Bron could have, whatever he could have did, he could have did it a different way. But I think he was like, F that, nah, nigga. I'm tired of this. Like, bro, you you want to, and this is why I think that, because he said, just keep my son out of this. Like, whatever it is between us.
I think it said, keep my son's name out your mouth.
No, read it. It said, keep my son out of this, bro. It literally says that. If you look at the, what's the name, and you really play it down, he's literally saying, keep my son out of this. And he said the SIT word, bro, and walks off, and then that's it. Now, if he said F that, after that, you can't really see.
Yeah,
but
I said Stephen A. Smith just basically said, he came up to him and was like, keep my son out of it, or stop talking, or something to that effect. I gotta listen to that.
Like, watch the audio clip. When you watch the audio clip, he's verbatimly saying, keep my son out of this, bro. And he walks off, and then that's the clip. And I think,
he approached me during the game.
no, watch the clip. Is a clip on there? Yeah. Yeah, watch the clip, and he's going to say, keep my son.
That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son. I said, what? Nah, man, straight up, man to man.
Hey, I don't see that on the clip. That must have been after.
My son.
This is the whole conversation.
And I saw how furious he was.
So
And I said, we can talk about it later. Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son.
See?
I said, all right, though.
No.
Fine.
Rewind the real clip. See, look, this is what media do, and I love media because you can tell your own narrative. Watch the clip that's on TV or on, and he's not going to even say F that. He's going to say, keep my son out of this, bro. Watch it, and he walks off. And then when Stephen A. talking about, he asked him, and he said, no, F that. Bro, if he did say that, look at what he said.
see, this clip.
When you saw that thing, he said, keep my son out of this, bro. He didn't say keep my son's name, because you can tell by the lips. Pause. That pause. That was a pause moment. My bad.
He said, keep my son out of this shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So with the Stephen A. talking about F that, and then walk off, I'm like,
but
you get what I'm saying?
like I said, I think Stephen A. capitalized the whole moment.
Yeah, as F that. And
I feel like I think like when you telling a story,
right?
Everything is kind of like convoluted.
So you giving the concept of what you felt the story was like, nah, F that, I ain't trying to hear you.
Not the whole.
But I always look at the facts. He says,
stop effing with my son. But Stephen A. Smith that in his thing too.
Yeah, he said stop effing with my son, and then keep my son out of this. Keep him out of this. Whatever we got, keep him out of this. You want to come for me? Come for me. If you're going to critique my son, critique him. It's not, I can't prevent my son from being critiqued. He in the NBA. But you know what you're doing. And that's that mind games, like, bro, you know what you're doing, but you're trying to hide between these lines because you know, I'm just doing my job.
But this is where I go back to, why are we even talking about Bronny James, bro?
Right.
And this is again, to me, you can't be mad at people bringing your son up when you decided to bring your son up into all this. If he doesn't last year, think about it. Even in high school, nobody was talking negatively about Bronny. It was a lot of glowing reviews.
Right.
The biggest story is LeBron gonna play long enough for him and Bronny to play together?
Yeah.
That was the storyline.
Yep.
It was never about how great Bronny is or how great he's going to be. The storyline was, can Bron play long enough for him and his son to be in the league together at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
When he gets to SC, right, and then he has a heart situation over the summer.
Yeah.
Now the story is F basketball, can a young man get healthy?
100%.
Right? So that was the story. So then the young man gets healthy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The young man finally makes it back on the basketball court.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure it out. And then out of nowhere, here comes LeBron. Man, Bronny better than some of these dudes I'm watching on League Pass right now. It's crazy. Swerve? Oh, whoa, hold up. He better than who? Oh, okay. So then, as the season's progressing and Bronny's not balling, what do we talk about? Bron now being mad at other dudes who have a job, and their job is to scout, watch games, and provide rankings. That is their job.
Right.
Whether you agree with the rankings,
100%.
however that is, these men and women get paid to do a job. So then Bron James come out, it don't matter about the rankings. It don't matter about none of that. You feel me? You gonna tread your own lane or whatever the case.
Which is a true statement, though. That is a valid statement because you can have the rankings and still be a bust.
Exactly. But the thing is now you're coming out as LeBron James, shooting down people's jobs. That ain't cool to a certain extent because I look at it like this. If Bronny was ranked number 1, do you think he'd come out and make that?
Of course not. Of course not. We know that.
Because he's not. You feel me? So it's like my son's confidence and all that. At the end of the day, bro, you gotta call it what it is. Your son's a grown ass man at this point.
He ain't grown yet till he's 21.
When you start making millions,
he's grown in the legal sense, but he's still 21. So at the end of the day, he's still under his parents' insurance until 25.
Whatever the case is, the young man is out here making adult decisions.
But you're always gonna be a dad, no matter how old they are. You get what I'm saying?
And I get that. And so then, as we fast forwarded and we get to the NBA draft and all that, teams wanted to draft Bronny. Been reported. The Warriors wanted to, and the Celtics wanted to. But out of respect for LeBron,
which is rightfully so.
Yeah, which is cool. We're not gonna do that. Then Bronny signs a guaranteed contract as a second-round pick. In the history of most basketball, second-round picks don't get guaranteed millions. Just want to put
right. He got more guaranteed, but somebody else that went to the Lakers had the same contract. They just didn't get the same amount of guarantee.
But the guarantee is like, no matter what happens, brother,
you're gonna get your bread. But we know that this is nepotism. We know that there's nothing wrong with that. People been using nepotism for years.
And so here's my thing about nepotism and why in sports nepotism don't work. Because in sports, the biggest nepotism word in sports is daddy ball. And what do we don't like about daddy ball? Because in daddy ball, that has been going on for ages, somebody's father is a coach and he's playing their son or daughter. Meanwhile, there are other people behind them that are better. But because that's your child, you want to put them in the forefront. It don't work in sports because we can see who's clearly better.
But Reese, he ain't been playing. He been getting his mop up minutes, and then they send him to the G League and develop.
But babe, the kid that was on the Lakers,
that
dropped 30 in that preseason game, that was balling, that was better, that did all that, that kid got cut. That kid was undrafted. To me, right now, that kid is a better basketball player than Bronny James.
So why is he not drafted to a team?
Don't know.
Because there's more than just the Lakers. If he was that, and then no disrespect to him, he probably is that good. But if he was that good, he would have been on the team.
That's my whole point.
But you can't. I get what you.
You got players that are, to me, that should be drafted. That could have been drafted. That wasn't. But you got somebody that is given an opportunity, to me, at that time was not earned. Because there how many, I would like to see how many college basketball players that were freshmen that average 4.5 points
that get drafted. It's
the first or the second.
Only if you got hurt. I think, what was that? Somebody did get hurt. But Bronny was the first that we know of. Because I know some people got hurt. I know Kyrie had got hurt and he got drafted.
Yeah, but Kyrie was a McDonald All-American.
Yeah, Bronny was a McDonald All-American.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that he was at Duke. And
Kyrie was better than Bron. I'm not saying that, but what I want us to understand though is that at the end of the day, if you're going to make a team, you're going to make a team. And this is just the world we live in. Not everybody gets the opportunity. You can be the better player, but politics is politics in all sports, in college, in high school, and damn sure in the pros. At the end of the day, it's not always the best players that get picked up. It's the names, number one, and then, your merit from what you've done in college, and then, is it a good fit? If old boy that got cut was so good, somebody would have picked them up. And I'm not disrespecting this game or nothing like that. We can't use this instance where he could have made the team. Yeah, he probably could have made the team, or he probably couldn't have made the team. The Lakers could have been like, hey, man, that's good, but you're not what we're looking for, even if they didn't have Bronny. But what I'm saying is, if he was that good, somebody would have saw, hey, that nigga dropped 30, this nigga, we need him on our squad. Let's put him on our G League. Let's develop him, and woo. But I don't know where he's at. He could be at the overseas or whatnot. But the thing is, nepotism, I know we don't like it, but all cultures do it. All cultures do it. All people do it if they're in higher places. We just ain't been in these seats like that to do it to the capacity that LeBron did it. Did LeBron get there because James get there because his daddy? Of course. We know that. Nobody's denying that. And this is what I'm talking about. It's not about Stephen A. critiquing Bronny. And I want to stay on that point. It has nothing to do with that because everybody's been critiquing Bronny. There have been so many outlets critiquing Bronny. Stephen A. is not the only one who's been critiquing Bronny. Bronny feels that Bron James, the father, feels that you're trying to attack my son to come at me now. You ain't doing your reporting like you say you're doing. You trying to hide behind your reporting to come for me, to get a rile reaction out of me by attacking my kid. And I'm telling you, leave my son out of this, bro. He ain't got nothing to do with us. If you want to critique him, critique him. Cool. It is what it is. I can't prevent him from that. LeBron James, no, he can't prevent him from that. He can't. At the end of the day, he can't. There's been multiple outlets talking about Bronny ever since he's gotten in the league and been playing. And he's just, hey, my son going to do what he got to do. He even said he got to go develop. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to work on his game. But he feels that Stephen A. is coming at him in a different way. And that's what I feel.
I stand corrected. So the kid I was talking about, Quincy Oliveri, he got cut by the Lakers from the main roster, but he is officially on the G League roster.
He's playing. He's playing. Like if
he got cut from the main roster.
Yeah, well, you know who's spot gonna get that, dog. You know how it is. Look, when I play football, I'm short. Probably one of the best ones on the squad, my ability wise, but my height is my height. I can't control that. So the politic was, hey man, yeah, we're gonna have to let you go. Me and two dudes tried out, walk on, right? My boy, Gridiron. I think you know Gridiron. He plays out here flag football.
Yeah.
Tore his ACL, right? I got a high ankle sprain. We both sit out for 2 weeks. Who get cut?
You.
Exactly. That's 6'2", 230 pounds. He didn't play in none of the scrimmages. He hurt his leg in practice. And I love my boy Grid. That's my dog, who's the principal now, doing some big things. And then I get cut. I still have a chance to go get back and play. I had a severe high ankle sprain. It was crazy. I was starting to get talked to in the conference room, going over plays, breakdowns, all that good stuff. I'm guarding people like Paul Williams, Marlon Moore, and I'm out here holding my own, getting deflections and all that. And I get hurt, and then after I got hurt, no more talk. You got to go. And so I understand the politics of NBA, of the game. Even Jordan, he played for Fresno State. He should have got more minutes. Great player. Yeah, but he didn't get that much shine because of the people who was on his team. So they said, nah, we're not going to have you get that much burn. We're not going to let you be this type of guard that you could be. That's politics. That's just what it is.
My thing is Bronny James, to me, him, the young man, has handled this as professional as you
yes, for sure.
The young man himself has not said anything. All he does is work.
That's all he got to do. His dad is just, I think his dad is just like, at the end of the day, I can't tell a man how to be a father. And if I feel like, if I boast my son up, and then I got some gripe with somebody that's coming for my son, attacking my son, try to piss me off, then I got to let that person know. I could have did it better, for sure. But I feel some type of way. I feel like, nigga, you attacking my son to piss me off because we don't see eye to eye because we beefing and you not being a reporter. You being some malicious that's trying to come for me and you using my son. So I'm going to let you know, leave my son out of this. You want to critique him, cool, do what you got to do. But don't do it like how you trying to do it to trying to get a rile or reaction because that's what you're trying to do. But Bron should have just said, you know what, it is what it is. hey, he's a clown for that. If that's what you're doing, and that's how I felt, then it is what it is. But
I talked to my pops about it, and I told my pops. But the thing my pops came down to is he said, when I used to come to y'all games, or not even when I come to y'all games, I don't necessarily have to talk big about y'all
yeah,
because that's just not how I was.
right.
I would my dad would come to our games and sit there and watch. My dad would be more vocal being critical of us
Yeah,
than he would be vocal praising us because there was no reason to put a bigger target on our back or whatever the case is. But he also said if I was in the business of praising y'all very loudly and y'all was out here performing like hot garbage, then I gotta be willing to take all that criticism and not be mad because I brought that upon myself. Because if I'm not saying nothing, ain't nobody come over there and say something to me unless you just trying to call my son like because then it becomes like, well, now you're making it personal and all that kind of stuff because I'm not saying nothing. And he would never let nobody disrespect us. But it's just the moment of being a father and understanding what that comes with.
right.
That's what I look at it like. I'm not telling LeBron how to father. He older than me. He been doing it a little longer than me.
Yeah,
But what I am saying is now that I am a father, I fully understand. Oh, it comes with the territory.
hundred
So I'm
percent.
gonna be out here trying to put my kids on a pedestal, and my kids don't live up to that pedestal that can be seen publicly.
Yeah,
Then I gotta deal with
and
it.
I think,
And I gotta shade them from it because it's my fault. They out here just working. It's my fault that people are coming at them like that.
here's my thing, and we can move on to the Debo and then the sport. And here's my thing. Brian knows that, and
Yeah.
and this is where my point still stands. This is March. Playoffs is next month. This is something that was ongoing, and I think, like I said, I think he just feels it's malicious. He knows his son is in the business of getting critiqued. And he hasn't said nothing about his son. His son been doing his thing. All he do is post his son and give him big prize. Keep working, son. I'm proud of you. Woo, 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 woo. And this seems like it was more about, look, man, I get it. We ain't gonna never be cool, but don't do it the way you trying to do it. Like if your intent is, and I think that's why he ain't came at Perk. He ain't came at Charles. He ain't came at none of these outlets, but he came at Stephen A. because he feels like it's a malicious intent behind that.
Do you think that also goes with you feel like Stephen A. has a louder voice, not as in loud, but as in
Well, he has a bigger influence. He can detriment his. Because you got to think about it, there's people who don't watch basketball like that, and they take opinions from outlets. And if an outlet is coming at my son the way he's coming at my son,
So to your point, do you believe that's why Stephen A.'s tone probably changed once they
I
had
really feel that way, dog.
a
Because
conversation to where it's like, okay, yeah, I've been saying some stuff, but because who I am, you had that moment of, okay, my voice is a lot louder. So I may not seem like I'm being disingenuous, but when it come off because I have so much influence, you can take it as I'm being disingenuous because you're reaching so many different people,
right,
and all these people can play into this same narrative that you spilling because your intent could be I'm just critiquing him.
yeah,
I'm just telling you how I feel, my perception of it, whatever the case is.
right.
Because your voice is so loud.
But think about this, Reese, and then we can move to Debo. It's not about his voice being loud. It's the antics that he's doing. And I get it. He's selling tickets. He's selling viewership. But it's not about what you're saying because you can't argue facts. He had a bad game. His coach said he had a bad game. They talked about it for weeks about him having a bad game. All that good stuff. They talked about it. It was over. Woo, woo. But it's the antics of how you going about doing it. Like the dude is not good. Like just going at.
But he didn't say all
No. But you ain't gotta say it. You implying. In the way in the antics of how you doing it. Like Perk will say, he just not ready, dog. He got to go to the G League and he got to keep playing. But it's the antics. It's a segment that you're gonna do, and then you're like, come on, Bronny, You just needs to quit, Bron James. Come on, man. You how as a father? As a father, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think. Well, now you look back, you can tell like because he basically kind of made it about LeBron James being a father. It was hey, as a father,
You need to stop this.
yeah, because I mean now when you think about it, like what is he supposed to do as a father in that situation? Tell JJ don't put him in. Hey JJ, nah, my son.
Bro, Bronny was doing solid, and he got an opportunity, dog. And the fact that Stephen A was like, "Come on, Bron, you need to quit this now. It needs to stop. It needs to stop today." As a father, you are doing your son a disservice.
Yeah,
And then
he's angry. I just don't agree with.
I don't agree how he did it. I'm not going, like I said, how he did it, could have did it differently. But you got to think about it from that context. It's like, bro, if I ain't never watched Bronny play, and I know Stephen A, and he talking about me, and everybody know Bron is probably one of the most hated athletes to ever play. Bro, I don't know how he drives people so negatively the way he does. I want somebody to study it because out of the history of the game, there has been no superstar that makes people feel so negative emotion towards an individual, and they never met. Man, bro, it'd be like when you pick who's the GOAT. They'd be like, man, Bronny trashed in the mud. Like, it's always, you got to on Bronny, and then you got to highlight the other people. A lot of people do that when it comes to Bron.
We shouldn't do that. I mean, I feel like I said, I don't think you need to lower somebody to elevate somebody.
But that's what they do when it comes to him. But anyway, man, at the end of the day, we both agree. Bronny could have did that. Bron could have did that differently. But I can't tell him how to move. I just say, hey, he could have been a little bit more professional about it. But I think he wanted to do it that way because he's like, nah, nigga, you want to boast on camera? You want to tell your millions? I'm gonna put you on media. And I think with Stephen A, I think a part of him knew, because Stephen A ain't no back downer. He don't back down. When he don't feel he wrong, he always stay flamboyant and talk his stuff. When he got on the show, it was a man that I wouldn't say played victim, but his whole tone changed. And his whole demeanor changed. And I think a part of him knows, because I think he's a Christian man. I think he believes in God. Knows that, yeah, I know I could have went a little bit over the top or how I did it. And I know that.
Everybody got their own,
Yeah. But anyway, on to some football. Debo.
It's cracking out here in these streets. So
Debo got a lot of big moves.
We got some trades to kind of talk about. We got Debo getting traded to the Commanders.
Yes.
With some juju bugs and some Sour Patch Skittles.
And man, Sour Patch Skittles be busting when you.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's Debo Sanders. I get what you're saying.
I feel like he's traded for like a tri-tip steak sandwich. And,
yeah.
Something that's going, like, damn. Got traded for some Sour Patch.
But we've seen this written on the wall. There was drama going on last year, and I know
2 years ago.
2 years
was IU.
Yeah, but I think even we're seeing a pattern going on with the receivers at San Francisco. You know what I mean? And even with the play, I think you start to see the decline in the numbers. You start to see the decline in the touches, and I think it was impacting Debo, right? And I think they didn't like that personality, and they can't have two of them. You can't have Ayuk and you can't have Debo, and they both, personalities, right? And they demand the ball. They want the ball. They want to be, and I ain't mad at that. But to trade them for some Skittles and some noodles, my boy, and I think it's going to help the Commanders out even more. It's going to beef up their offense that's already beefed up, and it's going to put them in contentions, and it's going to help my boy Jaden Daniels, man, who's probably arguably one of the top 5, top 6 quarterbacks in the league, man. The dude he's like that. But it's going to be interesting to see. It just sucks how he got to get traded and how football be ruthless, bro. They be like, get up out of here.
So over the last week, we're going to go a quick rundown of
the
major things that happened in football over the last week. Matthew Stafford's back with the Rams.
Yeah.
Got a new deal. There was a lot of speculation that
I thought he was going to leave.
I wanted him in Vegas.
Yeah.
Send a third of some change, get him in Vegas.
That'd have been good.
In Vegas. So that happened. We also got Saquon got paid.
Yeah. They wasn't letting that go. They trying to repeat.
Come on now. Saquon got paid. The Eagles also paid Zach Bond,
Yep.
which is good.
I wanted him to come to us, but he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, but then they cut Darius Slay.
Yeah.
Told Darius Slay, "Hey, we thank you."
Hey, we'll take him. We need some DBs. We need some
Okay.
DBs.
What else we got? T. Higgins got placed on a franchise tag for the second time. Also, other news out of Cincinnati. Uh, their starting right end, Sam Hubbard, retired. And
Mm-hmm.
then their starting left D end, Trey Hendrick, who's basically been an NFL sack leader over the last 4 years, he has asked for a trade request.
Oh, he's
So
out of there.
got a little drama out there. The Vikings did not franchise tag Sam Darnold.
He gone.
Yeah.
He signed with who did he sign with?
He ain't signed with nobody yet, but they just didn't.
No, I thought he signed with Tennessee.
Who? Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I thought he signed. He got a big contract with Tennessee.
I ain't seen that. I ain't
You sure, bro? I saw.
I'm looking at Adam Schefter thing right now. That ain't on there.
Let me
The
see.
Rams have traded for the Bears have traded for 2 offensive linemen. They got Jonah Jackson from the Rams, and they also got Joe Tooney from the Chiefs. And Joe Tooney, people, if y'all have not been paying attention, Joe Tooney was the right guard for the Chiefs.
Oh, he did sign. I guess he
And
didn't
they moved
sign.
the left tackle
Yeah.
to help out what they had going on. Some more news. The Seahawks have cut Tyler Lockett. In other Seahawk news, DK Metcalf has also requested a trade.
Yeah.
And in the last Seattle news, Seattle and the Raiders made a trade for Geno Smith and a 3rd-round draft pick. The Jaguars, and I'll talk about Geno in a second. The Jaguars released Christian Kirk, but then it turned into a trade. The Cowboys restructured Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, which have created about $56 million in cap space.
Oh, that's good. You 56 million, right? Not billion, right?
56 million.
Yeah. So they about to get some people.
The Chargers released Joey Bosa.
A lot happening right now.
Yeah, the Jaguars released Evan Ingram, who's been balling for them, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The Commanders released defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. That's somebody y'all probably.
That's a big one. We need him.
That is somebody I think the Falcons for sure need to be.
I hope we can get him.
The Bills re-signed their DN to a 4-year deal, $80 million guaranteed. The Chiefs re-signed Hollywood Brown. The Bengals re-signed the tight end, which is But to the Raiders, Geno Smith. People was hitting me up asking me about how I feel about Geno. I like the trade. We gave him a 3rd-round pick, which essentially was the pick that we traded from when we got Devontae.
Yeah.
So we keep our 3rd-round pick. So the Seahawks is getting pick number 92 in the 3rd round. And then the Raiders also gave my boy Max Crosby some money, making him the NFL's highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, I thought he was leaving because he said, I want to go somewhere to win. No disrespect to y'all.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. I told everybody. I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry. You feel me?
That would have been the second. That would have been the second big.
My Max Crosby jersey in there chilling. That's
Yeah.
the only jersey in there that I got 2 Raider jerseys in there.
Yeah.
And only 2 of them. Oh, I got 4 in there. 5. I got 5 Raider jerseys in there, and only 2 of them are current.
Yeah.
For my feelings.
Yeah.
Devontae don't matter no more. My Darren Waller don't matter no more.
Yeah.
And my DC, that's just a legacy jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a lot's going on. We're gonna follow that as we know. And then the last story of the day, man, we got to talk about it. The greatest heel turn ever in sports entertainment when it comes to wrestling. The greatest twist. John Cena finally turned heel after a 15, 20-year wrestling career. I know people say he was heel before, but this is after loyalty and respect, dog. He never turned heel.
They talk about Dr. Thugonomics.
Yeah, Dr. Thugonomics. So, hey, it's something still part of you. You still got to work on, getting right. But this, how do you feel about the heel turn? When I saw it live, it was one of the most epic things that I've ever seen in the wrestling in a long time.
I knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because of how it ended, John Cena staying in the ring. You feel me? Because I was leaning towards okay, we will get the Cody heel turn.
Yeah.
John Cena in the ring. Because me and you, we probably can go back and look. we kind of said John Cena doing it, but then we was like, man, he too old to do it. Like,
Yeah, we did say that. We said that.
like,
John Cena could turn heel for Cody. It was like, nah, but he old. He
oh, like they don't really let the old baby faces,
turn heel.
especially with John Cena not being here for forever.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know, like if he was about to be around, then I think we'd have leaned more into it. But we looked at Cody turning heel because he about to be around. It just makes the
Makes
most
a lot of sense. Yeah.
But John Cena turning heel is very interesting.
Yeah.
And to me, it's gonna come down to everyone else making Cena heel.
Yeah.
Because you know how it is, like with wrestling, like people want to see him heel, so then he get all the cheers,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the heel don't work out.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated CM Punk coming out on Monday Night Raw talking about it.
Yeah.
I appreciate Randy Orton on SmackDown talking about it. Then Cody Rhodes. So they need everybody else to play into it.
Yeah.
Just to make sure the crowd don't cheer for heel Cena.
Yeah.
And
They gonna cheer for him because they it's like 50-50 right now. Even when it was talking about it.
that night,
Yeah.
was like everybody was shocked, but then everybody was kind of happy. Like,
They was cheering when Cody got his whipped the way he did. Dog.
oh, like it goes back to remember when at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
The Rock and Hogan,
Yeah.
and they were trying to do everything in their power to show Hogan as a heel. And then when they got to that match,
They pivot.
Rock basically kind of turned heel, and because Hogan admitted it in the middle of the match, he was like, Rock saw what was going on, and then just played into it, and then we just had that epic match where Rock kind of turning heel in the midst of the fight. So that's why it's like if Cena turns, like that's why I feel like when I was telling you the double turn may make this make more sense.
Yeah.
Give it more longevity because it's gonna take Cena doing something dramatic to where like the heel turn, like
He has to change his look.
oh, the look has to change for sure.
The look, and he has to do something that's like the F the people type thing. Like,
yeah,
you guys are the reason why I never won 17.
yeah.
I tried to pour into you guys, and all it did was kept getting me beaten, pinned, and embarrassed, and I was sick of it. Like, he has to have one of those greatest promos to get the people to be like, damn, John, what's wrong with you? You really mad.
If you play back, and again, this is where like I'm mad, not mad at myself literally, but I'm mad at myself because the tea leaves have been there.
Yeah.
The tea leaves have been there, and I just want to credit Cena for dropping the tea leaves, but nobody really wanted to play into it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because this about him coming back, and when he came back and he announced like, oh, you know, I'm about to be in a rumble. Because again, everything he's done was very heel-ish, but it's Cena. It's like
Yeah, it's John Cena. He got pulled. He can do it like that. He didn't have to qualify. He's already in the rumble. He had to qualify for the. He's already in like it.
So he was doing even the promo he cut after the rumble. It was very dark. It was very like matter of fact. So it was the signs was there.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to play into it. So like to your point, he's gonna have to A, come with a whole new look.
Yeah.
B, be like it has been. It was. He said he had not won a match
In years.
1,000 and some odd days.
It's been a long time.
That's what you play into. I was trying to hustle, be loyal, and have respect, and all that kept doing is getting me losses.
Yep.
And losses, and losses, and losses. I'm tired of losing.
Yeah.
The Rock is the final boss. This, and this.
He got to give them probably the most epic promo ever, and he could do that. He's good at that
And
stuff.
he got to beat somebody up that's beloved.
Yeah.
That's outside of Cody Rhodes. Like he got to He has to do something major. Drop like run Cody Rhodes limo over, or
Bro, I even say beat up Michael Cole, who's a Cody Stan, not a Cody Stan, but he's one of Cody's biggest supporter. John Cena get interviewed by Michael Cole, and it just goes dark, and then he gets his, and then he does his, and then Cody comes out.
Like you can't. I
Yeah.
ain't even doing that. Like everything got to kind of.
It has to be dark if they want to buy into it to make the fans start to hate him. Like, damn, John, like we was cool at first, but you're a prick. It has to make people feel that way.
His hair, because the hair, like he got to kind of go like half bald with little.
He got to do something, and I wonder when he gonna do it because you got to think about it. WrestleMania is literally in 3 weeks.
A month.
When is it? April 1st?
No, it's not. It's April 19th and the 20th.
Oh, okay. So we got about a month. Okay, I didn't know. It's further this time around. Okay.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be appearing on SmackDown next week.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a big week, and he can't come out the same way.
You feel me? And then the thing is that I seen a interview with him recently. That's an old interview where he talked about they basically had him on a heel turn. He said he already had new music, new gear, and all that. So I wonder
if he's going back to that.
What they had kind of already had manifested. Because remember, you was getting the John Cena suck.
Yeah,
he can play into that too. So it's a very interesting.
It's going to be interesting, but at the end of the day, this was the greatest plot you can do for WWE because at first it wasn't, like I said, I was excited because I like wrestling, but people wasn't on board on WrestleMania in the main event with Cody Rhodes and John Cena because they wanted CM Punk then. They were trying to put CM Punk in that place. And to do this now, this got so many people on board and it makes sense. He hasn't won 17. And I know people are going to say, why? Why, John? Why? But it's obvious. He wants number 17. He tried to do it his way, so now he's selling his soul, and he got to win at WrestleMania. He has to win at WrestleMania. Cody has to lose at Mania because it would be all for nothing if he wins, unless he does a heel turn and they do what. But John Cena needs 17.
And I think they have to turn, like, in order to me, to kind of go with our point, if they're going to keep Cena as the heel, you got to make this match like no disqualification.
Yeah.
In that way, we can get some brutality out of it.
Yeah.
And in that way, like, it gets to Cena hitting Cody with the chair several times, like, to where, like,
got to be dark.
It has to get dark because if it don't get dark, the heel turn not gonna make sense.
Nah.
It ain't gonna. Like I said, the only way you
final boss got to be the special guest referee,
or just a special enforcer, kind of like the Mike Tyson thing.
Yeah, the special enforcer referee, and then the boss. Because they have to. It's got to be where Cody Rhodes is getting the deck stacked against him so much he can't win. They may create moments where he possibly could, but The Rock don't allow it, and it's a wrap. You know what I mean? And then maybe a ref comes in there, 1, 2, and then The Rock said, and then that ref can, and it be, you know what I mean? It could be something.
Corporate.
Yeah, corporate.
Like it's corporate. Like the ref could be about, like, you know, like you said, Cody could be about to win, hit him with the Cody cutter, and then you start counting. And I like that though.
Yeah.
And Cody look at the ref like, what? And the ref look at Cody like
pulling that rock, and then Cody gets mad, and then Rock, you know, Johnson, and then The Rock comes in there. I'm the final boss. I have executive decision, and then boom.
You gotta have it, like you said. It gotta get dark because now you basically extend Cena's run from Mania to the 2-night SummerSlam.
Right.
And to me, that kind of be the culmination of Cena or whatever the case is, because he's not. It sounds like he's not about to do WrestleMania or nothing.
No, this is it. This is last year. This is last.
You know how wrestling is. If the story and everything's selling, he
may get a couple more or whatnot, but
just to sell it. But like I said, we both understand. In order for this to work, this has to get dark.
Yeah, it has to.
It can't be. You feel me? It got to be how The Rock. Remember how The Rock beat up Cody last year?
Yeah.
Him against the truck.
It's got to be a dark. It's got to be a continuum of dark, and then it's stacked. Like I said, the match has to be a stacked match where it doesn't matter how Cody did. It's almost like the Stone Cold versus the Undertaker and Kane. he couldn't win. Like you beat Undertaker, you beat Kane, but now you got to beat both of them, and he couldn't beat both of them. It was.
Because remember they had where Stone Cold had that first blood match against Kane.
Yeah.
And Kane wore a mask.
Yeah.
It's like how he gonna have a first blood match with a dude with a mask? He can't even see the man bleed.
Exactly. So it was one of those things where it's like he had to lose. And I think Cody has to lose. It helps big his character as one of the greatest hero wrestlers ever done. And then he can even have his John Cena moment if he wants to be the nightmare version of Cody's father, Dusty Rhodes. And then last but not least, man, I didn't like how they did it, but I didn't like how it ended, but I like what they did. For the first time ever, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Jay, probably one of the most emotional things, and I love what Naomi did. She was like, I did this for you, and stop acting like a little, ungrateful. And I love that. That was a moment. And I just didn't like how they made her look, though. To come out there and then you get beat up, and then, no, I didn't like that, dog. Like, she should have looked like a stronger heel. I didn't like how they buried her after that epic moment that they had. Like, you got Bianca Belair hurt. Like, you was my friend. You was my dog. I trusted you. And you was the one that put her on the shelf. But the storyline's great. I put her on the shelf for you because she was just leeching off of you. She didn't really care about you like I do because it was always supposed to be a great storyline.
But you know what, babe? What if her looking weak is a part of selling the Bianca turning heel too?
Like she can't defend herself, so I got to defend for her?
Nah, it's more or less like she's a part of the, possibly, again, this is our speculation. Because remember, they made Naomi look weak. And then it was like Bianca, played into it or whatever the case is. Maybe that was a part of the plan.
Yeah.
Because it was like once Jay got hurt, Naomi stepped right in and they go about it. So, the whole situation can have Jay feeling like she did it and you didn't know she did it, but you just gonna accept her as your new partner. So now they get a little beef anyway.
Yeah.
And Bianca ended up turning heel like, well, it was both of our plans. Because like they gotta I think
maybe like not both of our plans, but maybe she was right.
Yeah.
Maybe you really is not my girl like I thought you would. Maybe you is jealous of me because and then it creates. Maybe that's probably why. But I just was mad because that was a big moment for Naomi, dog. To be like, stop acting like it's like your friend who do some trifling stuff, but she's doing it in the mindset of trying to help you, but it also makes it look bad or whatever. But man, it was a powerful moment. And I just feel like they let Jay come out there and just beat her up like that. I was like, man, that's trash, Cuddy. But like you said, maybe because they want to build a different storyline and they feel like the Naomi against Jay Cargill maybe don't lead to a WrestleMania. I thought that was going to be a WrestleMania match.
Because you got to think about it. Right now, we looking at Bianca versus
Io Scott
for the title, which is in theory 2 baby faces.
Yeah.
The wrestling don't really like having heel versus heel, baby face versus baby face. They really don't like doing all that at times. 11:42. So it's like they probably, I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit more here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. We got to let it develop.
Bianca and Naomi both had on black.
Yeah.
And
then
Bianca
Jay come in white.
Come in with the white. Oh, because Bianca usually
wear bright colors.
Bright colors, and Naomi's in bright colors. So that's when I see her.
What if she did order the hit?
And they had to play it out. You feel me?
If she says, you know what? I was the one that ordered the hit. And you played right into my trap. And then it sets up the feud between what? And they're like, holy bro.
Yeah.
So we got a whole month.
Montez Ford has already turned here.
Yeah. It don't make sense that your wife ain't here, but you are here.
It don't.
And then she can be a part of that faction to help big them up to get him some shine and get them back gold again. Ooh.
It's a lot they can. It's a lot they can do right now.
I love where it's going. And you know what's crazy? And we wrap up. The WWE video game had Triple H said something in this video game in this My Rice thing, and he said the WWE is known for analyzing like the data and the viewership and pivoting on the spot. We may have a plan, but based off how fans are reacting, and I love that because now it's unpredictable, number one. Number two, it makes you feel like the fans have some part of it because it's like, we see what you want, so we're going to give you what you want, but we ain't going to give it to you how you want it. We're going to change it up because that's what we do, because we want to keep butts in seats. And that's what they're doing. They're adapting. They're changing. Everything is fluid. Stories are fluid. It's like, some still traditional ones, like the, what is it, Daniel Priest? Damian Priest and Drew, simple or original, and then some got those real organic. CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Don't forget about Roman Reigns, who's coming back probably after that cage match to be able. It's a lot, bro.
Roman has to appear in this cage match.
Yeah, and I think that's why they made it a cage match.
Yeah, he has to appear in this cage match, or he come through the ring, or however that look. Because like you got the Charlotte Flair attacking Tiffany.
Yeah.
Creating that right there.
It's going to be great WrestleMania.
I like that. We got the tag team title feud and how all that's going right now. LA Knight winning the United States title back. So I know they're about to create something.
Yeah.
I feel like they're about to get Shinshu out of the scene again. And then like what's crazy is the overshadowing and what has not really been talked about is the Jey Uso and Gunther thing. Like they're not even getting. It's not like the hype that it was having.
It ain't getting hype no more.
Faded, crazy. Even with the attack or whatever the case is, it's just not. It ain't hitting the same right now. So they're gonna have to kind of figure that out.
How to raise that up? It has to take another notch. It has to go to another notch.
It's not right now. They got other stories that could be main events.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that'll be a main event though. I don't think they're gonna main event
it. Right now because they got too many other stories that are more main event worthy.
Yeah.
CM Punk, Rollins, and Roman more main event worthy.
Yeah.
Cody and Cena more main event worthy. There was another one I had in my brain that was more main event worthy. Even Orton and
KO.
KO is more main event worthy right now than those two. So
it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. But another great show. Y'all tap in with us, man, as we continue to produce, man, and continue to stay locked in with the media. We may be a little days late, but we still gonna talk about it, man. That's what we do. So have a blessed weekend, man. Stay safe. Hey, don't forget, turn your clocks forward, or your clocks don't go forward because daylight saving.
Just like the Lakers are springing forward. We got Boston tonight in Beantown.
Boston in the Bean.
That Boston night in Beantown is we real gang like. I just don't like that Boston decided they want to rest everybody just so they can be fresh for the Lakers. That's a sus move too.
Hey.
Yeah, why y'all want to rest? Why y'all want to rest? Why y'all just can't play and play us? Everybody. The Lakers is coming to town.
Yep.
I want to take Lakers.
Hey man, I want to come full trip, man. Hey man, it's a big game. We only see y'all twice a year.
My boy Rui still out.
Yeah.
We not showing up at
well, he was out regardless though.
Whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, man, y'all stay blessed, stay encouraged, and always remember to talk that talk. Until next time, fam. Peace.